Anne, and I'm with London Walks, and this is the Undiscovered London Walk, which takes you around Bermondsey. Well, Bermondsey used to be known for factories and industries. Now it's known for being an extremely desirable place to live if you can afford it. So it's a great time to see this walk because there are reminders of its past, but also interesting things that are happening right now. And part of the walk goes along the river. You get fantastic views, and it's a part of the river that not many people walk along. So they're always surprised at how spacious it is, and the way that you can see Tower Bridge and the City of London looking in one way, and then downriver towards Wapping in the other. It's really very, very attractive, and it's surprising because when you come out of Bermondsey Tube, you don't imagine that you're so near something like that. If you rent a barge here, then your rent also goes to pay a gardener, because you can see there are plants all the way down there, and at the far end there are actually quite substantial trees. And they're on shallow barges, none of them in soil any deeper than 18 inches. A couple of times a year they have an open day, and it's worth coming along, and you can stand in the middle of the river under a really big tree. If you read Oliver Twist, you may remember that Bill Sikes, the super villain, he ends up dying in St Saviour's Wharf here. He falls out of one of the buildings long before these warehouses were built, of course, breaks his neck, falls into the mud. My favourite Bermondsey food-connected business was Mr. Donkin, who in 1812 was the first person in the world to start manufacturing tin cans for preserving food. But it was another 46 years before anybody invented the can opener.
I've done almost every walk, so I look for the special ones, but this one was on my list for a long time. I love the history of the city, and every walk gives me something, and the guides are excellent, you know, especially if they're good storytellers, and it's quite unique. I do walks everywhere I go. London Walks is special.
They're fabulous. They just show you areas of London that you've never been to before. It's just a really unique experience. Because normally you go into London and you just sort of head for all the shops, don't you? On a London Walk, you just
the guides are fantastic. They're highly articulate. They're very, very knowledgeable, very personable, and you come away saying you've had 2 hours of real quality time.
What I like about guiding is that I like meeting the people, and I love finding things out. You know, you never come to the end of finding things out. There's always some new delicious little tidbit that you've discovered that you want to tell other people about. And public executions were a great public entertainment. There were 40,000 people there to watch, and the police had to be on duty overnight to try and control the crowd. And the way that people heard about this, of course, in those days was by street ballads. And the ballad about the Mannings is said to have sold 2.5 million copies. And it's quite long, but it ends up, "Old and young, pray take a warning. Females lead a virtuous life. Think upon that fatal morning, Frederick Manning and his wife." The Bermondsey horror. Thank you very much indeed for coming, and I hope you enjoyed.
thank you.
Thank you.